I might as well start the recording. Oh, we got the chat. Here we go.
I'm still trying to get in.
Okay, we're going to try doing a screen capture recording of the chat so that everybody can see what's going on in recording. So we're trying to do a screen capture thing as we're broadcasting. Hopefully it's something that the computer and everything can keep up with. Well, it's more, I guess the computer can handle it, but it's we're going to try, because what we really want to do is ultimately put these on YouTube and do podcasting of the right time broadcasts. But we can't do that right now because we don't have a good capture program. It's basically just recorded into Justin TV, and then we can't like export it out of that or anything. So we're going to try doing our own recording capture of it and then posting it on YouTube and podcasting and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes.
Can I have my chair?
Yeah, you can have your chair. There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, I'm stuck.
So anyway, I've had a busy week. Thanks everybody for coming and joining us. Oh, can we turn the light on there?
Yeah.
Balance it out a little bit. There we go.
Yeah, chat took a while to load for me too.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I just had to restart my whole computer. Couldn't get my Wi-Fi. I'm okay now.
Yep. Okay. We got lots to talk about. Can you pull up your topics? So
I can.
I think I'm recording everything on my screen right now, so
Sure thing.
we'll see how it goes. Let's see.
Well,
Lots of stuff.
if you guys get our newsletter, we send out a weekly newsletter. We call it the Goulet Communique. That goes up usually like late Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. So we cover a lot of the topics there. We'll run through everything in there real quick. But you'll probably notice there's some overlap between the topics we discuss in the newsletter.
Yeah.
That's no small coincidence that helps us stay organized. But usually between the time...
it's whatever's relevant to what we're doing.
Well, exactly.
That's what we talk about.
For those who do get it, between the time the newsletter goes out and the time we have Right Time, we usually have updates from, so some detailed times and, having specific delivery dates and stuff. So that's pretty exciting. The first thing we had was the TWSBI 540. Actually, just like a couple minutes ago, was emailing back and forth with TWSBI.
Yeah, we found out some stuff.
The 540s have landed in the U.S. again, the second shipment. They're on eBay and Amazon for TWSBI Sound Direct. Ours are being shipped to us, so we should have them early to mid next week. We'll have all 4 nib sizes and the nib units. We didn't get quite as many as we hoped, but I'm pretty sure we're still going to have enough to meet the initial demand, and we'll just keep ordering more into next month as more shipments arrive.
Yep. We're going to try and get as many as we can get our hands on. But
so for those of you who wanted the TWSBI 540, these are just going to be in clear. The smoke-colored ones that were revealed on Facebook and on FPN, those will be about a month away.
Yeah.
But our batch will be here early next week.
Yeah.
So, TWSBI 540, I mean, again, they're on eBay and Amazon, but if you'd like to support us... and
we're doing our part to keep it competitive by offering it at the same price.
Exactly.
As what's on there.
Same pricing, can combine shipping with all of the other goods we offer.
But we totally understand if you absolutely just can't wait and you want to buy from TWSBI Direct.
Yeah, we'll have extra fine.
We won't have any hard feelings.
Yeah, we'll have extra fine, medium, and broad.
Yep.
And yes, the 540 nib units are backwards compatible with the 530. So they're a 530, 540 nib unit.
Yep.
And you guys have asked us about the whether they're Bach nibs or just the broad or not. We won't know until we see them.
Yeah.
But we'll let you know. And the smoke is a month away. And there's other pens that are developing other colors. Those are probably at least a month away as well.
Yep.
So thanks guys who are waiting to give us your business. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we do appreciate it a lot.
Yeah, I've heard things about italic nibs. None of those are ready anytime soon. But,
yeah, I think they're all things that are in development.
There's a lot in development.
There's a lot in development. There's a lot of rumors that get started, and everybody's really curious and excited, and a lot of
the pricing
news starts
on the
flying around.
Nib units, we'll be selling them the same. They're $20. I think MSRP, they actually just raised it a little bit. That's one thing I was emailing back and forth with. Our cost has changed, but we'll still be selling them for $20. I think they're supposed to be like $25 or $27, something like that. But when everyone else is discounting, you got a discount too.
Yeah.
Same with the pens. The MSRP on the 540 is supposed to be $60, but we'll be having it for $50. Everyone else will have it for $50. It's a pretty level playing field. So
yeah.
And shipping's comparable, but again, you can combine other goodies with us. So edge.
So if you are interested in the TWSBI stuff, definitely sign up for the nib that you're interested in. Well, I guess it's just one pen.
It's
just one product, yeah. Sign up for the pen and the email went back in stock on our site. And that's definitely the way to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that is the TWSBI.
I know we'll have at least one less than we actually get in because I know I'm keeping one.
Of course.
You'll probably want one too. And all the guys in the shop will probably want one too.
Okay, so there's 5 of us now? All
Maybe
right.
they'll be willing to wait though.
All right, well,
We don't want to take everybody's pens.
well, we can share for a while if we need to.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We'll see how it goes. Kaweco, the Classic Sport, Ice Sports, Colors, and Calligraphy sets. So we found out last month, and we didn't have pictures, and I hinted at it before. I don't know if I actually shared or not. But there's 3 new colors of the Classic Sport and 2 of the Ice Sport that will be available in late September. I've ordered all the pens in the full range of nibs, including double broad. So those will finally be here late September as well. So the new Classic Sport, there's a green. It's like a really dark green. And I've only seen like a couple pictures and they're not too great. So a really dark green, a Bordeaux, which is a really nice dark purple. So I know a lot of you like purple out there. And then there's one that's a black with some pattern to it. It's I'm going to butcher the name, Goulet. 1930.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know the significance of it, but it's black and it has some etchings on it, so it's kind of cool. Same price. And the Ice Sport, those are the colored demonstrators. There's going to be a hot pink, which is like hot pink, and I'd say they're fluorescent. I would call them fluorescent. A fluorescent hot pink and a fluorescent yellow. So it looks like highlighter yellow. So for those of you who want that double broad nib, you know, you can kind of use as a highlighter. No, the black one with the pattern is not the chest one. This is like a whole new thing.
Yeah, it's different.
They're on our site. Like I said, the pictures aren't great. It's what was provided from the distributor because we haven't seen them in person yet. Obviously, we'll take our own pictures once they come. But check those out. Sign up for the back in stock. And those are late September for all of those. Coming possibly Friday, probably next week, will be the calligraphy sets. Some of you had asked to special order those. We're like, all right, well, it's a special order. We have minimum quantities. Let's just go ahead and carry it.
Yeah.
So there are black and white calligraphy sets. They come with 4 nib units, a 1.1, 1.5, 1.9, and 2.3. So you have 4 different italic nibs that you can swap out. So pretty good deal. Those will be here, like I said, early next week.
Yep.
So that's it for Kaweco. And like I said, double broads for everything will be here late September as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll just keep moving on unless people have questions. Just holler if you do.
Yeah, if you got anything come up in chat, I expanded my screen this time, so now I can actually like read the chat quickly at a glance.
Absolutely.
So that's really cool.
That's great. And I didn't have a separate screen up, so that's good too.
Yeah.
Lumi new pen colors. The Ruby Red All-Star should be here next week.
I'm excited about that.
Next week or so. Oh, the calligraphy sets, are they the chunky normal style Kaweco pen? I believe it's a Kaweco Sport, like a classic Sport.
Yeah.
With the 4 interchangeable nib units. It's not just the nib, it's like a whole front section of the pen that comes out.
I think that's the way it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it's pictured.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah, I know, because you have one of these, so you can speak for that.
Yes.
But I believe it's the Kaweco Sport, a black or a white, and then, they're all sport. The classic sport. The classic sport in black or white with 4 interchangeable nib units. And they come with caps, too, so you can, keep them from drying out or whatever. No, it's okay. We didn't have it, so of course you didn't have to buy from us. But we're excited to finally get those in. We ordered them a while ago. So the pens are so ugly. Well, teach his or her own. They've been very popular, but they're not for everybody. So, they're cheap, whatever.
They're very functional.
Yeah,
they're not like the utmost of style.
And the downside, they don't take converters, but, No, the double broad is not up yet. Those will be here late September, so I'll be adding those closer to September. I just ordered them literally last night, so I haven't updated on our website yet.
Yes.
Late September for the double broads, late September for these 5 new colors, and next week for the calligraphy sets.
It's basically like
hope that's clear.
It's basically like one shipment a month that comes from Germany, and we missed the boat on the last one. Literally missed the boat.
Yeah.
On the last one to get those double broads, so we had to wait until this go around. So
yeah. It's fine. Late September. Okay. So if there are any more questions, are we thinking about stocking the Lux? People have asked us. When I tell them the price, they're no longer interested. It's literally between. It depends on the color, between $105 and $110. So, especially, not
special order it if you're interested.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what the minimum quantities are for us, though, because I don't know if I can order just one. So I'll have to find out. If you're serious and you're okay with that price point, let me know, and I'll seriously inquire.
Yeah, shoot us an email.
I may still be able to make the late September shipment at this point, but I may have missed the boat, and I'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for that reason, no, we won't be stocking it regularly. It's very expensive, and I don't think the demand is quite there. Not at this point.
Not yet. Yeah.
Maybe later.
We'll see.
And if the distributor decides to bring them in house, then and we don't have to do special orders and things like that. Then that would that would be better. And they have other things we have access to. The Lilliput, the I think the Sport Lux is on there.
There's the one, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the aluminum with like the rubber on it, on the cap or something.
I can't remember. But there's a couple other ones we have access to. And we also have access to pencils and roller balls and ballpoints, too.
No, we haven't personally seen
the
Lux. Or the art.
Or the art. That's the same thing.
The art is right up there, too, price-wise.
It's about $110 or so.
Yeah. They look awesome, though, but...
Yeah, the Dia is more reasonable. I don't have my pricer up right now. I can look at those later if you guys are interested. Just shoot me an email. I can get you a price. Just let me know.
Yeah, the art sports look awesome.
I know, but $110 is...
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Then you're getting into like near Edison range at that point.
Well, yeah, there's a lot you can do for $110. I'm not saying they're not worth it, but it's a lot of money for us to do spectacle.
They do look nice, though. They do look really nice.
And there's a lot of colors, and then you have to choose nib sizes, and so...
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of other colors, Lumi's coming out with new stuff. The Ruby Red All-Star will be here next week, I believe. Because next week is early September. They said they should be ready for shipment. So the Ruby Red All-Star next week, I think it's going to do really well. I haven't seen it in person yet, but I've just seen like the stock photo. It's a really nice color. It looks
not to be kind of a deep red.
Yeah, a deep red. It's not like a flashy fire engine red, but it's not like purple or pink either. It's like just a really nice
ruby red.
Really nice ruby red. Pretty much.
Yeah. We're obviously a fan of deep reds here, and we honestly didn't plan this.
Well, and then the other two Lumis coming out, the Black Matte Dialogue. That'll be, it's not limited, it'll be part of the regular line. That'll be probably October.
The Dialogue 3.
Sorry, yes, the Dialogue 3, the fountain pen, yes. Black Matte, October. And then there'll be a limited edition Lamy Studio. It's supposed to be a dark blue with a gold nib, kind of like the Violet was. It's going to be the new limited edition. That'll be October as well.
Yeah.
So we'll let you know more as we know more. It's not on the site yet because we haven't seen color or pricing or anything like that. But just a little hint that that's coming. So if you thinking about getting a studio and deciding among colors, just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it for Lamy. I'm just going to go right down the list here.
Hey.
All right.
Any questions? Just keep them rolling.
Absolutely. We'll hop back to topics as we need to. If we can pound through this, then we can cover anything you guys want to talk about.
Sure.
Private Reserve DC Super Violet. So here's the story with this. It was a limited edition color produced for the DC show. It was supposed to only be for vendors going to the show, which they offered to us even though we didn't have a booth because we were going to be there. We said, well, is this going to be available afterwards? They said, no, it's just for the show. We're like, well, I don't know if we should bother with something that we're going to have that's then going to be gone and not continued. And so we passed it up. But it turns out it's actually been, very well received. Dizzy...
Dizzy loves that purple.
Well, yeah, but I was going to say, she did her review, and FPN, there's a huge thread going about people talking about it. It looks really good, looks well behaved. So we're like, you know what? Why not? We've had so many people asking us, and I hate telling people no. And it's at the point now. It's like, you know what? If this
especially for ink, because we are like
if this many people
the
want
ink
it,
people,
then we'll just do it. And you never know. if 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 we can push it and we can sell it and we can pull, you never know. It could be added to the regular line because the DC Super Show Blue, originally wasn't supposed to be part of the regular line. It became part of the line. Same with the green. Yeah, but the violet, they're not planning on putting in the regular line. They have no intentions of adding it to the regular line. So I know you guys say, oh, the green and the blue are. Well, they're not planning on it. But I think if we can sell a lot and we can tell them that, hey, this color's good, the people want this color ongoing, you never know. We could convince them otherwise. So it's going to be coming. I haven't checked my tracking number. I could probably do that now.
It's coming soon, right? Maybe Friday?
I want to say Friday. I'll go ahead and check my tracking number.
Yeah.
It comes in a 110 ml bottle, which is more than double the normal size. I was trying to think if I had one. I don't think I do.
I don't think we do.
It's normally $13. It's going to be $10. So that's kind of cool. So we'll have that. Like I said, Friday. It's on the site if you want to sign up for the back in stock list. I don't know if we're going to do samples of it just because it's so limited.
Let's see why not.
We'll see how quickly it sells.
Because one bottle will get quite a few samples, so we'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean, we go back and forth because, like, when we do ink. We do our swab. We put it in the swab shop. We do samples. Like, we, do reviews. We do comparisons. So it's like, for us to carry new ink, it's like, we take it very seriously.
But still, it seems to me like enough people want it where it's worth the effort.
Oh, yeah, I do have a tracking number. Let me look it up.
Okay.
Any chance on Ackerman Inks? They come up on FPN. They look great. I'm going to say
Nope.
no. I'll tell you a couple reasons why. Number one, they have no distributor. So
Well, it's just a retailer.
Yeah, it is just a retailer.
It would be like us carrying our own line of ink.
So we really couldn't get it at any better prices than you could, which means we wouldn't be able to mark it up at all, which means we'd basically be giving it to you at a cost, which makes no sense. Either that or we end up charging you a lot more. The other thing is, like, they don't take, like, credit cards or PayPal. You have to do money or bank wire transfers, and then you're dealing with foreign languages and things like that. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah, we've looked into several brands, like, Rower and Klinger.
And then
is
to
a big
pay
one.
for all the shipping, because we've never imported ink from overseas. And I think it's one thing if you're ordering one bottle, but if you're talking about the quantities we would need to order, then you're dealing with customs, and that's just like a road. Basically, we're becoming distributors, but buying it at the same price you would, and I don't know. The bottles are really cool. I've seen good things about the ink, but I'm going to say no on Ackerman. What about Diatramentis? We've never really looked into it, have we?
I've looked into it in the past, and I could never find.
Do they have a distributor?
I couldn't find any information.
That's probably why we haven't gotten into it.
But enough people have it where I would suspect that there is a distributor. So I don't know. We'll look into Diatramentis. Rower and Klinger is another one that we've looked into. They have no distributor in the U.S.
And then all of their order forms are in German, so that was really frustrating.
Well, they do speak English, but
PR is coming Friday.
Friday, okay.
So it'll be here Friday. The Super Violet. Yeah, Diatramentis is one that's on our list. We have a huge list of our plan is to conquer the world with ink, if you haven't noticed. So we still have a list of brands that we've yet to acquire. And the ones that we haven't acquired are simply because either there's no distributor, we have to get them from overseas, and it's this huge production, a huge amount of cash, and just, and I worry about ordering the right quantities and stocking it regularly. Or else we don't know how to order it, or the reorder, or the points really expensive. There's a couple reasons.
Keep in mind, like, just a year ago,
we didn't even have Noodlers a year ago, believe it or not.
Yeah. So we've come a long way in the last year. So we got the ones that people wanted most and were the most accessible
or easy to acquire. Yeah.
Yeah. So as we have more and more resources and time, we're going to be able to acquire some of the fringe brands. And I would consider Diatramentis and Rower and Klinger to be more fringe brands because they're not, like, readily available all over the place.
Yeah, and again, we'll go with who, if you guys are, whatever you guys tell us you want, we try to assess if there's a high demand for something, we'll go after it. It's hard to spend a lot of money speculatively for something we're not sure whether people would like or not, but I know Diatramentis and Rower and Klinger, and, you guys have asked us for these multiple times. Just like you did for Waterman and some of the other ones, so. Yeah, we're kidding. Yeah, we literally, I checked back, our first Noodlers came in
It was like September.
September, so it's been just about a year.
Yeah, not quite a year at this point.
Because
not.
last year we were saying, oh, after the DC show we'll worry about Noodlers because it was too much for us to handle.
Yeah.
And after DC, it was like close to the beginning of September we started Noodlers. I can't believe it hasn't even been a year because it's such like a huge part of our brand now, of our
well,
shop.
And that really is what kind of helped to round us out, and we've acquired even more since then.
Oh yeah.
So gosh, you know.
And then they started making pens. We're like, all right, and that's actually Noodler's pens were the first pens we carried. And then, you know, we're like, okay, well, let's get another pens. And
yeah.
Because we dabbled with it before, but, you know, then the Flex pens came out. And then we're like, okay, there's a market here for pens. We could do pens. And then March, you know, we got Lumi and Pilot. And, you know, now we're just like...
Well, it's really the Noodlers pens that got us back into pens. Honestly, because we weren't planning on carrying pens. In fact, you can. It's kind of funny now.
Why are we the Goulet pen company? We don't sell pens.
You can go. Yeah, you can go back to past Right Times and past blog entries I did. Of like, oh, why, you know, we're the pen company, but we don't carry any pens. You know, should we carry them? I don't know. Blah 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 blah. Which is funny now because we obviously have a ton of pens.
You go back blog posts back to like in the spring or early summer. Should we carry Noodlers? I don't know. I've heard such mixed reviews on FPN, and now I know to not believe a lot of what you hear on FPN, because a lot of the rumors are started by people who don't actually have experience firsthand with it, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Do we know if we'll be getting in any of the Noodlers brush pens? When they're available, we will be. They have not been produced yet. They have not been made available yet, but you better believe when they are, we'll get them.
Nathan really likes to
tease.
Put out videos of stuff that's not ready yet.
Yeah, everything in his videos
makes it like a little harder sometimes. But
they're prototypes. He has so many prototypes, and they're things that are in development. But keep in mind, like, for him to, you know, get all the sources and to get them manufactured and produced in the quantities needed to actually sell it through retailers, it's
right.
kind of a big deal from the time it's...
Well, and he's still doing all this work on top of
I know
single-handedly...
FPN isn't that bad, I know. I just...
Oh, we're not trying to jump on FPN.
No, I always think of the Noodler's base date, and I just like...
Yeah.
There's so much falsehood to it that just drives me nuts. But you know all about... Now you're a moderator, you know all about that.
You'll be putting out some fires in Inky Thoughts.
No, it's mostly in the ink, not in the other stuff. But they're no.
No, we have a lot of love for FPN.
Oh, absolutely. They gave us a lot of our traffic and our business, and there's a lot of good information there, a lot of helpful people. It's just you have to sometimes go through it with a grain of salt because...
Well, like any forum.
Like any forum.
It's an open forum.
Anything online. So, you know. We mentioned we'll be getting the UK series Noodlers in an email that just came out. Is it going to be the whole line if we get the ability? We are starting with 4 colors in the UK line and 4 colors in the Russian line. And we went off of Nathan's recommendation of which were his best sellers because he knows what he sells overseas.
Yeah.
So we're starting with 4 of each. If they're popular, if the demand is there, we definitely would love to carry the full line, and I know he would be willing to as well. Mm-hmm. But it was a lot of cash because to get an exclusive on something, you have to buy huge quantities of it. It was a lot of cash for something that was very speculative. Because most people in the U.S. don't have experience with the Russian and the UK inks because, well, they haven't been available in the U.S., so we relied on his expertise for what we should start with, and if the demand is there, if the interest is there, we'll show you what the colors look like for the rest of the line. I know Nathan's willing to do it for us. What about the German series? I actually haven't heard anything about it. I don't know anything about the colors. I don't know what they are.
German series?
I didn't even know there was one.
I didn't know there was one either.
Shoot us an email. I mean, you know, Nathan's very willing to work with us on stuff. Yeah, the bottle labels for the UK are pretty awesome. That reminds me, we still have one artwork.
Matahari.
That's one of the colors we're carrying. There's a little
there's
artistic toplessness on the label.
Artistic toplessness.
No,
okay,
it's artsy. It's not trashy. It's art. You know, it's not a photo. It's a drawing, but there's a little toplessness going on, and we actually have an 8x10 print of it.
Pretty clear.
No one's bought it yet, but we do have that. Remember a while ago we talked about Noodler's artwork prints?
We haven't talked about it in a while.
We do have that one. Do we have any others left, or is that the only one? I feel like we have 2 left.
I want to see we have a Bad Belted Kingfisher.
I think we have a Kingfisher left.
I think that's it.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it in a while, but Nathan reproduced signed 8x10 prints using his own Noodler's printer ink cartridges and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So and
UV
he's
resistant and water
resistant
ink on the prints.
Yeah, so they're prints, but they're basically the labels, and they're signed by him. So and numbered and everything because he only did so many of each line. So anyway, Matahari Cordial. That's that one. Okay. We want to make sure we got a question here.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about the new feed system for the Noodler's Flex pens? Heard that on FPN. It's been tested. It is good, and it is coming out in production in the next couple weeks. I know we keep saying 3 to 6 weeks.
That's what we keep getting told, so that's all we can pass on.
But what happened is they had to do a prototype. They had to test it, and then once the test was good, then they could go into mass production. So the test came in like a week ago. And Nathan got that in and everything looks good. So, they should be here in a couple weeks. I know we keep saying that. Like, I'm serious. I'm really serious. It's a couple weeks. And when we have a date, we will tell you, as we always do.
We get emails every day. Both of us get emails every day about the Flex pens.
Every day.
So we're going to let you know as soon as we know about the Flex pens. But
it's a topless feed system? Are we talking... Is that a joke or is
I think it's a joke.
Okay. It's like, is that a real term? Nathan doesn't sell printer cartridges filled with Noodler's ink, does he? That'd seem like a bit much now. No,
he does make his own inkjet ink though.
Yeah.
I don't think it's.
You know him. He's anti-cartridge.
I don't think he just takes Noodler's regular bottle fountain pen ink and uses it. I think he's formulated some inkjet ink.
Guys talking about naked ink and topless ink. All right, we're gonna move on. So we'll have 4.
That's what happens when you bring this stuff
you're having wine with the chat. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
Okay.
Hey,
I don't have that luxury. Sorry.
More power to you. Yeah, Rachel's pregnant, so she can't.
And
I get very philosophical when I drink, so you don't want me to. I already ramble enough as it is.
It's like we haven't even had a drink in a couple years.
Yeah, we don't drink
anyway. let's move on from the naked ink and topless feeds here before you guys really get into where you shouldn't be.
I did talk about a naked.
Going back to the UK and the Russian inks. He's making it right now, along with some more whale and sepia for us. So it should be here. We're waiting like pretty much any day. Could be next week. I don't have like an exact ship date, but any day. We're just like waiting for FedEx to drop it off.
Yep.
So, what were you about to say?
I was going to say, talking about the whole naked thing, I did reference a naked pen when I was talking about filling the vanishing point. Because I know some people that have tried to fill the vanishing point like with the nib unit in the body.
It's easier to do it.
And no, you gotta have the naked unit, like out of the, without the, so that's where the whole naked thing. And I got a couple comments on YouTube about that, but...
You have a couple things that you say here and there, like
you can talk about the sex on paper again. I said that once.
Tree off.
And you brought it up how many times? A dozen at least.
Okay. Schaeffers. So we got a bunch more Schaeffers in. I'm just moving on.
Yeah. Okay.
We got 100, the Schaeffer 100, the 300s in other nib sizes, the Preludes in a whole bunch of colors. The VFMs are coming in September. This is a brand new pen. So we don't have them yet. They're coming. And I know we don't have all the nib units and all the colors in yet. They're still coming. They just changed distributors, so it's still coming in.
Here's the...
But we did get a whole bunch on the site, so I did want to share that. The 100s are really awesome. They're really well balanced. They're like a miniature version of the 300, but a little better balanced.
This is a 300 right here, and this is a 100.
Do you want to hold up here's like a Vista as like a POR.
Yeah, here's a Lumi, just to give you a point of reference. Okay. Did I give you an idea of what's going on? Well, it looks like I'm flicking everybody off here. How's that? Is that a good reference? Okay. So it's about the length of a Lumi, but the main difference, the cap diameter is almost the same, but on the 100, it's hard to really tell with this lighting.
It's a brushed chrome top instead of a shiny chrome.
Yeah, and It's like an anodized.
Translucent.
Yeah, it's like a painted anodized and lacquered aluminum. I think is what's going on in the bottom, instead of the like acrylic resin that's going on with the 300. But the thickness of the body is much different on the two pens. So you can really tell the difference when the thing is uncapped.
I don't think
there.
I have dimensions up for the 100 yet.
I don't think we've done them yet. I'm
Okay.
sorry. That's
Put it on the
me.
to-do list.
That's my feet dragging there.
The price, I will let you know. Let me see.
Now, the only thing that I'm not absolutely crazy about with the 100 is the metal grip section. Not a big fan of metal grips. I know a lot of you hardcore fountain penners aren't a big fan of metal grips either, because when you're writing with them for a long period of time, it can kind of make me slippery and stuff. But for the price, I mean, golly.
I was just about to say. The 100s list for $35. We're selling them for $28. They come with a converter.
That's
the
$10
converter is $10 as is, so it's a really, really good deal. And it comes with 2 cartridges as well.
And the cool thing is like the nib and the feed and everything is identical on the two pens. And I actually inked up the 100 today just before write time here and tested it out, and they write identical. So the writability is awesome, and the thing comparing the 100 to the 300, because the 100 has a metal body instead of the acrylic, it's actually a much better balanced pen. The 300, I love the 300. I have 2 of them myself, but it's very cap heavy. So when you have the thing posted, it's got a lot of back weight to it. So if you're used to holding your pen really close up, it's going to feel really heavy on the back. So you really need to like get back and hold back far on this pen. But the 100 is much, much better about that.
Yeah, the 100, the 300, and the Prelude all come with a converter and 2 ink cartridges. So that's pretty cool that that's built into the price.
And so does the Prelude, too. Schaeffers pretty good about Schaeffers good about that.
So
Are they smooth writers?
The
Yes. The smooth writer, they are smooth writers.
I have a Prelude.
They write wet, too.
I had a Prelude. I lost it. But I loved it, and I need, now that we have the dark purple back in
Don't
stock,
post your pen,
I'm gonna take one. But we decided to carry the full Prelude line. Brian has a new favorite pen.
Yes.
I call it the Goldfinger pen.
Gold Schaeffer.
Because it looks like something
Check that out.
Goldfinger, like something out of the movie.
I love it.
Does the medium lean to the fine or the broad side when writing as compared to other pens?
As far as the nib width goes, it's probably just a straight down the road medium, maybe a little bit towards the broad side, but the pen does write pretty wet. So it's going to lean more towards broad.
I love the dark purple one. But this
the dark
is
purple one's
all
hot.
Gold. The trim, the everything. The only thing that
22
isn't
karat
gold,
plated here.
The only thing that isn't gold is there's a black grip.
Section.
But you have a two-tone...
Two-tone nib. Look at that.
Two-tone nib.
Loving it.
So it's like all
This pen is so
gold.
blinging. It is pink.
Will they ever bring back the Rainbow Prelude? I don't know anything about that.
Love it.
What's the Rainbow Prelude? It's like multicolored? There's a couple colors they dropped either when they switched distributors or somewhere along the way. There's like a blue shimmer, a silver shimmer. I think those were dropped.
Third Eye says the 300 I have is very broad for being a medium. I don't know if that's like that with all of them. Pretty much. They tend to be on the the broader side.
Prelude. Yeah, I've never heard anything about that. Where are they made these days? I tried to research. I couldn't figure it out.
I know the cartridges are made in Slovenia. I don't think that's where the inks are made.
Yeah, but that's where almost all cartridges are made.
Well, the box says made in Thailand, but that's the box. That's not the
box.
pen. Yeah.
The Schaeffer is American owned. Yeah, Golden Gun, the man of the Golden Gun, Goldfinger, like that sort of thing.
Printed in Slovakia. The instructions.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's going to say where. We'll have to do some research.
300's made in China. I don't know.
We'll have to check.
I've never...
I know sometimes with these big companies, like Bic owns Schaeffer. I know sometimes with the big companies, sometimes pens are made in different countries and so on and so forth.
Yeah, they're American owned, but no doubt they're outsourced. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so we got the full line of Preludes now. I believe they're all in stock at this point. And it's just a couple nib sizes of the 100s and 300s we're waiting for. And then the VFM, this was a ballpoint. I'm still working on getting all pictures up. But it's really affordable. It's going to be like $16.50 or something like that for a fountain pen. It doesn't come with the converter. I think I might be lowering the price on the converter a little bit, maybe to like $8 or something instead of $10.
At least you can buy it with the pen, maybe.
Yeah, at least with the pen. Yeah, Bic does own Schaeffer. Well, that's how these big conglomerates work. I mean, Newell Rubbermaid owns Waterman and Parker. you know? So it's like, whatever.
That's how it is with a lot of the big companies. Yeah, all the old pen companies been gobbled up or went out of business.
Yeah, so the VFM, we saw it at the DC show. They come in 10 colors and they're really cool looking. Real slim, sleek. So those are pretty cool. So those are $16.50 plus a converter. Yeah, nothing's come close to Noodler's as far as price though. Will there be an extra fine nib for the 100? No, they're only in fine and medium.
Yeah.
And the 300s are fine and medium. The Preludes, some are fine and medium, and some are fine, medium, broad. So we got everything that was offered. They just don't make, don't make all nib sizes for everything. Which, oh well, sorry. Let's see what else.
You said you got Monteverde cartridges from the DC show, and they say made in Europe.
That's generic.
That's probably in Slovenia.
Mm-hmm.
Europe
can mean a lot of things.
Slovenia is the ink cartridge capital of the world. Basically, basically all ink cartridges come from
even
Slovenia.
Private Reserve has them outsourced.
That's where they all come from.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt they supply them with the recipe to make the ink, but that's where they're all manufactured.
I think the cartridging process or whatever is.
J. Urban, I think, might still do theirs in France, but I'm not sure about that.
I don't know.
The Coeco cards say made in the EU. Yeah, who knows?
Slovenia.
Who knows? Are they part of the European Union?
That is a good question. I'm not an expert on Slovenia.
Europe could mean so many things, so who knows? We'll try to find out. I'll ask my distributor if she knows where Schaeffers pens are manufactured. We'll let you know if we find anything out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pilot, I mean, Japan is from Japan, and everything else is everywhere else.
Yeah. Japan and Germany seem to be the big ones. A lot come from Germany, and there's some from Italy,
Do you have a pen flush in here?
I do not.
Oh, you brought it back out.
It's in the garage, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move on. Oh, it is in the EU. Okay, cool. JB's Perfect Pen Flush. This is something we looked into before. We weren't sure if there's demand for it. And then we talked to Gate City at the DC show, and he's like, man, this stuff, like, people really like this stuff. And
he said that it's been well received. We've been keeping an eye on reviews on Fountain Pen Network, and people seem to really like it. And the thing that we were kind of worried about was we didn't want the formula to be like some big secret and then have everybody always questioning what's going on. But he very clearly puts the ingredients on the back of the label, which I think is cool.
I look at it as, like, you can do your own ammonia, water mixes and things like that. The nice thing about this is it's already prepackaged, ready to go, so you don't have to worry about mixing the right proportions and, trying to buy ammonia. I mean, our ammonia is in, like, a big gallon jug or whatever, and, so it's convenient. It's not for everybody, but it's $7 for a 4-ounce bottle. And there is a larger size available if you guys are interested. But, we just thought we'd start carrying it. Actually, it's been selling really well. We ordered more already. So, yeah,
which you got back to me and said that they're in the process of moving or something.
I know. So, he's got a kid in college.
Yeah. So, we'll see. He, if you need ammonia, maybe just use urine.
I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Don't flush your pen with urine. That's a bad idea.
For many reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might void your warranty. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
I want to move on.
Bouton d'Or, that's kind of what
I want to move on. So we have the pen flush if you guys are interested.
So basically, get the pen flush if you're interested. If you're not, then don't. You can
still make your own. There's nothing super secret about it, but it is a real nice blend. It does work well. Basically for when flushing your pen. Oh gosh.
That's
basically,
good.
You should be able to use water most of the time. Occasionally, you may need to use either bleach or ammonia, not both together, but either one or the other, depending on what type of ink it is.
A solution of bleach or ammonia. You don't want to use pure bleach or ammonia.
No. With water, like a 10-to-1.
Yeah, let's clarify that.
Because sometimes you have left ink in a pen for a while. Maybe you lost it and forgot about it, and you got some stuff that's just really tough to clean out. That's where a pen flush like this is. It's
not the kind of thing you're going to need to use for every cleaning.
You can use it for every cleaning. But it's more for those real tough ones. If your water has a high mineral content, I don't know. I mean, I would, they always say use distilled water.
Use distilled water.
I wouldn't trust. I mean, you can use tap water, sure, but if tap water can be you know, it can have a lot of stuff
Oh
in
yeah,
it.
it can have a lot of minerals and stuff. I mean, we have very hard water where we are, but we installed a water softener and filters and all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh yeah. When we first moved into our house, our water didn't pass inspection, so we've had to do a lot to make it drinkable and, you know, clear and non-smelly and all those things again.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can check it out if you're interested. We thought of carrying Amodex. We have a sample of it. We looked into it. We got a sample. We meant to try it out. We just haven't really got around to it.
It's kind of like the pen flush. We got the pen flush like 2 months ago, and we've had so many other things in the works.
And no one really was like bugging us about it. So we're like, oh well, you know, we'll try it when we get around to it.
We kind of got to pick and choose our battles, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are interested, you know, we have a sample. We could test it out. Tap water's safe to drink, but heaven forbid putting it in your pens. Well, you know, when you're dealing with chemical reactions,
I use our tap water to clean my pens.
I know.
I've never had any bad result.
You know how we're keeping up with all the new stuff? I don't know how we are either.
We work really late every night.
Well, we try.
Yeah. It's, no, we've had a lot of new stuff, and Amodex and, you know, the pen flush and stuff were things that we just kind of, like, couldn't handle at the time.
You know, there are other things like Behance sent us some samples. We mentioned it a couple weeks ago. We gave it a quick test and it seemed fine. You know,
well, then we talked about it in Right Time. Oh, I was going to talk about the wood cases, too. I got to grab those from the shop.
So there's other things, you know, we're actually, like, at the point now where people find us and ask if we want to carry stuff, which is pretty cool. But then we're like, okay, you know, are we carrying it just because, you know, someone's suggesting we should, or is the demand really there? And we have to weigh out. And then we have to
we like to carry
cash
things
because it costs money to buy all these things. And then we have to look at our space, and do we have room to store all these things?
Space is tight.
And what if they don't sell? Then they're taking up space.
Well, we like to carry things by the suggestion of our fans and customers.
Exactly.
Not by suggestions of the people who make and sell the stuff.
Not to say I don't value that, but
yeah.
Yeah, wood cases.
Let me go grab the wood cases, because there's something that I really wanted to get a lot of feedback on. So
let
me go.
Good question about the diamond inks.
Rachel can talk about that.
I haven't mentioned that. I posted on FPN about it, but there are 5 colors, like, kind of coming out every couple of months. There's I think, is it 30 new colors coming out, or 20 new colors? I can't remember exactly. There are 5 new colors coming out. They will be here in about 3 weeks or so, 3 to 4 weeks. So once, I actually need to put them on the site. I haven't done it yet, but I already pre-ordered ours, so we'll have them as soon as they're in. We should be some of the first in the U.S. to have them. You might be able to get them from overseas sooner, but we'll have those. I can't remember what the colors are. I know it's in an FPN thread, so I'll check. But we'll have them. We'll have samples. We'll have bottles, you know, just the 80 mils. If anyone has offhand what the colors are, I could go through the FPN thread and find it, but then you're just going to see me looking at the computer here. I'm on my computer, by the way, for those who wonder why I'm looking down all the time. Yeah, there's a lot of new colors. Some of them look awesome. The Ancient Copper looks awesome. I know that's going to do really well. Some of them are like, meh. The ones coming in, the 5, they're okay. There's some good ones in there. I honestly can't even remember. I ordered them several weeks ago. And everything's kind of blurring together at this point. But we'll let you know when we have a date, when those are coming in. Was there another question? Did I miss something? Wooden pen cases. Yeah, Brian's bringing those in. We got approached to look at carrying some wooden pen cases to hold a whole bunch of pens. What about wooden pens? No, I don't think there's any we're going to look into. Yeah, Ancient Copper is about a year out. Whatever date the Diamine site says, add a couple weeks or a month or two, and that's about when they'll be available in the U.S. It takes, from the time we order, it's like a good 6 weeks, because it comes on a cargo ship, and then you have to go through customs and all that sort of thing. So if it says, like, late summer, it might mean early fall, things like that. So there's, like, 5 new colors coming out, like, every season. Did we ever look into carrying syringes with longer needles?
Yeah, I'm going to try to contact the guy. I was actually meant to do that today, never got around to it. So we are looking into it.
Lalo paper and envelopes. What about it? We brought those back. I forgot to mention that. White, ivory, and champagne in just the A5 size. Because I had enough special orders for it. I was like, forget it. Let's just carry it regularly again. And A5 doesn't take up too much space, so... I put them on sale this week just to kind of give a little exposure to them, that we have them again. But, just letting you know.
Yep.
What do we have?
All right, we got some wood cases here. I will kind of just talk through them as I'm showing you.
And then we'll get back to our agenda.
These are cases. We linked up with somebody at the DC Pen Show who has a source for these cases. So there's something that, we thought when we carry pens, we'll see if people are interested in wood cases. We just got into leather cases, and they've been well received so far. So we thought we'll talk to you guys about wood and see if you want wood cases. And if you do, we'll look at offering them. If you don't, then we won't carry them.
Do we know
Quite simple.
prices?
I don't know exact prices.
Range?
Range, I think the single pen cases we're looking at here are in the $11 range.
That's not bad.
So it's wood, and it's a nice little display type case like this. This, I don't know if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff or not, because most of the pens, the nicer pens that you buy anyway, that you would want to display in a case, come in their own case. So I really don't know if you guys want these or not.
Yeah, it does look like a little coffin.
It kind of does.
Have we ever considered carrying nib smoothing kits? We talked this a couple weeks ago, right?
We've considered it.
Not something we're going to pursue at this time.
Yeah.
That's Bubinga?
This one's Bubinga,
Okay.
yeah. Which is one of the woods I worked with back when we made pens.
They look nice.
They're nice.
For me. Pretty, but I wouldn't use it.
Okay, we've got some more multiple pen cases right here, too.
So these would be like, in the $11, $12 range, somewhere around there.
I didn't think that these would be that
Go ahead, just show any of these first.
much in demand. Cause
go ahead.
this is the kind of thing that would be really good if you're giving the pen as a gift. But we don't have a big gift following, I don't think. I think
it's
most
funny,
of you guys are buying this stuff for yourself.
What am I doing?
You can look on his website and see what he's charging for them.
Yeah. Hang on.
Oh, that'll give you an idea of the prices here. Okay, we've got, let's see, I don't think he has the price in the box. No. Okay, we got a 12 pen case here. So, see if this is anything that's of more interest to you. It's a glass top. It is a pressed wood with a veneer, so it's not solid wood. Just to disclose that right away. It does look really nice. It's got the glass top. It definitely holds
like a dozen?
adequate size pens. Yeah, it's 12 pens. And then it's lined with some kind of, I don't know exactly what it is, some kind of soft lining.
Felt sort of thing. Felty felt.
Yeah. So this would be the kind of thing you'd keep on your desk.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got another box that's a higher capacity than this. So can you look up his site and see?
What's the...
I don't remember. Just do a search for his name. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I'll show you the other case. This is a 36 pen case. Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, before I tell you guys what the prices are,
what would you
go ahead and throw out some prices, and we'll see if we're even thinking along the same lines for these. So just type out some prices of what you'd look for, say, like the 12 pen case, and we'll see if it kind of lines up with what they would end up being. While I'm maneuvering this out of the box here.
Okay, I have it. So for the 12, $35, $60 to $80, $50, $40 to $50, $75, $60. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem.
List is $180 for this.
But what is he charging? Because that's more realistic.
He's charging $80.
$80?
Well, I don't know if that means what our price would be.
I don't know. We still got to work that out.
Yeah.
We're still very much in the preliminary stages at this point.
So that's why we're not
Okay.
not sure yet.
Here's the 36 pen case.
Wait, hang on. There you go.
Okay, so it's got 2 trays and then a glass top.
I'll let you guys guess the price on this one.
Well, let me see if it's pressed wood. I don't know that it is pressed wood. It's, yeah, it is.
Yeah. What do you guys think this one might be?
1,000.
No,
No, not 1,000.
1 billion. It's a $330 list. He's selling it for $130. I don't know how he's selling it that cheap and why that's the list price. I gotta figure out. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what we're thinking. I don't know if we want to. I don't know if this is our market.
Yeah.
This is something I could have seen us doing when we were turning our own fountain pens, because at the time we had a gift crowd, and this is the sort of thing that we were thinking people would be into. But you know what? You guys are users, you know? And you guys value where your money goes, and you say, wow, $300? I could get a lot of pens for $300.
Yeah. So, all right, that's pretty much what I thought.
And the shipping, you know, and then we're talking about shipping something in a box this big, just, you know, so I would have to charge more for shipping. Yeah, exactly. So you guys are right in line with the way we're thinking. Probably not.
Yeah, if it were solid wood, it'd be worth that price. But if it was solid wood, man, we wouldn't be.
Well, we looked into making pen cases and writing desks and things like that.
Oh, it's way too much work.
You want to go through some archives of Ink Nouveau. Talking about, you're still waiting for this Goulet writing desk. You're going to be waiting a long time,
Yeah, you're going to be
buddy.
waiting. You're going to be waiting a long time.
You're going to be waiting until you die, probably.
Nathan Tardif will stop making Bay State Blue before we make writing desks, I think.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And that's the problem, too, is you can go on Amazon or eBay or whatever, and you can find all kinds. I know there was a source in the UK that was on Fountain Pen Network a while ago who was doing, you know, like, it was like MDF, you know.
Yeah, it was nice
cases, but they were like 100 pen cases, and he was selling for like $50.
Yeah, you guys would spend $300 if it was a Goulet case, of course, right?
Well, see, that's the problem I ran into back when we had the woodworking shop, and I was looking at making things like cases and writing desks and stuff. The labor involved, well, just the raw materials of real hardwood was more money than people were willing to pay for a finished box. So I was looking at giving away my labor for free, and it just was not sustainable, ongoing.
You know,
that's why my dream of doing writing boxes was killed almost immediately.
We had a nice little, you know, these remind me of the one we got at, like, Woodcraft. If you guys have, like, a local Woodcraft supply, there's, like, a nice wood case, the glass top, and has, like, 2 trays.
I have one of those. I could have brought it in, but whatever.
No, I'm saying, like,
they still have it there.
like, you know, it's like, I feel
there's
like...
There's pen cases 50, everywhere. It's hard to justify, so...
You know, there's pen turning supply websites where you can get cases like that. So, you know, you guys validated exactly what we were thinking about.
Yeah. I think everybody would rather put their money towards ink and pens instead of pen cases.
Yeah, and the nice pens come with cases already, and you guys and we, you know, the leather cases make more sense because those...
Well, those are portable.
Exactly.
Yeah, like I love my Aston case, but that's because I can hold 20 pens in here and take it around with me everywhere I go.
So I want to get back on topic.
Okay. So, well, thank you, everybody.
Actually,
thank you for giving me that feedback.
Sorry, this was a topic. We just skipped a topic.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, we're going to move off of pen cases. You guys can keep talking in the chat if you want. But Tasha Pens. We are getting a shipment tomorrow. We're supposed to have a preview of the Savannah, which will be here in late September. And I do want to clarify something that we'd said earlier. We were under the impression that they had a flexible nib.
Semi-flex is what they said. A steel semi-flex nib.
Is advertised as a flexible nib. We tested at the show and we said, oh, this is probably semi-flex at best. I think it's just a springy gold nib. I wouldn't...
It's not gold.
Okay. Gold-plated steel nib, right?
Yeah.
Gold-plated steel nib. I don't want to falsely advertise it. I took off the flexible wording because when you guys hear flexible, that implies certain things. And
I think Noodlers or Falcon or
I wouldn't
Waterman
classify
52.
It as that. So, you know, I know a couple people signed up for the wait list. I just wanted to let you know that I don't consider it flexible. It had some spring to it. We did test it at the show. You know, so just want to throw that out there. But we are getting a sample of it probably tomorrow. So we'll run a full test. We'll ink it up. We'll let you guys know our findings. We're also getting the Doric, which is now on our website.
Doric.
I said Doric.
Doric.
Doric. I said Doric.
Last time you said dork.
Yes, the dork. Doric.
D-O-R-I-C.
D-O-R-I-C. Doric. I'm sorry. It's the way I talk.
D-O-R.
Yes, I know. It's Doric. Yes, the dork. I'm just going to call it the dork. Whatever, because we got the last remaining ones in existence. So we got a bunch of purple, a couple gray, and like one yellow, I think. So once those arrive, we'll put those in stock. So check those out.
The purple are the best.
The purple are the best, and we'll be getting the most of those, maybe like 10 or something like that, 10 or 11. So check those out, and we should also have
Dizzy's got their eye on the purple.
Legato and the leather pen cases, which we have a purple one of. I know you're on the wait list for that, Dizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Exclusive. Everyone has the dork, but we have the dork. I like that. Oh man. Yeah. So so a bunch of Tasha stuff's come tomorrow. I don't actually know what we're getting. We'll know when we open it up. Whatever we don't have tomorrow will be here in September, I guess. September's not that far off, so we say September, it's like next week. So who knows? So check tomorrow to see what's in stock. I'm very excited about those leather cases, and we'll take new pictures of everything. I admit the pictures we have are not great. They're either pictures we took at the show or stock photos that are not, you can't tell what's going on. So
yeah.
As usual, we'll take pictures and get in. How do you say Twisby? Some people on the internet are questionable with correct pronunciation.
Twisby.
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 Yep, it's a basically 2 words put together. Twisby, exactly. If you go to Twisby's website, they have the whole background on how the name came to be. Yeah, it must be Christmas every shipment arrival day. Yeah, literally. Oh, yeah. There's some days we have multiple deliveries of UPS and or FedEx. Like literally FedEx will come twice in the same day. It's pretty cool. Usually there's at least something every day. I'm not gonna say you get used to it, but every time I'll be watching Joseph be like truck, and he'll go to the window and look and wave at Daddy outside with the dolly and everything.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of fun. Tasha and Sailor are under the same company, right? The same distributor.
They're distributed. They're not owned by the same.
No, they're both distributed by Itoya.
Yeah.
Out of California.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Is Tasha Asian, European, American? It is Taiwan, I believe, right?
I think so.
Yeah, Asian.
Mm-hmm.
They're made in Taiwan, I believe. Yeah, we do know our drivers well because it's the same ones and we're the same route.
Yep.
We know like their whole background story, and every once in a while we get like a new person. They like come to the door and ring the doorbell. We're like, shops that way.
Yeah, it's funny.
See the guys with the dolly coming out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, we like them. They work so hard.
Yeah, they really do.
Yeah, some of the pens are pricey, but they look really nice, and they're big. Do the drivers use fountain pens? I don't know. We'll have to get them into it.
Not most of them.
No, I mean it's not really the sort of thing you carry around when you're delivering packages.
Most of them, the conversation starts up with they're lifting like a box full of like rodeo pads and stuff.
You're like, what the heck?
Man, what is in here? This is heavy. Like, well, here's what's going on. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, the touches are big and they're heavy. They're nice. Yeah, they do have the touch pads because you do the electronic signature and stuff, and that's how you get all the real time tracking and stuff. And anyway.
Yeah.
September. I want to.
A couple of things.
I know. I want to hit September ink drop before it gets too late. September is very special. It is our 1-year anniversary of the ink drop. So we have completed a full year.
Can you believe it?
Some of you are still with us from the very
originals.
beginning. It was like about a year ago. Right about now, because the first order came in, I want to say it was like August 20th. So it's like almost a year ago we opened it up. Some of you are still with us, so that's really exciting. And some people have dropped off for various reasons, and that's fine. But it's been really exciting. We have more members than we ever dreamed we would have at this point, which is challenging and exciting at the same time.
We're still managing it just fine, though.
So we should give our first member special prize. I bet you think we should. Yeah, that's dizzy. When is the deadline to sign up and still get the September drop? You can sign up all the way through the 14th. However, I'm going to let you guys know, I'm not going to reveal any secrets, but there are some surprises this month. There are some extra goodies, both as part of the drop and are coming throughout the month. So if you're thinking about signing up, I wouldn't delay, because you could miss out on an opportunity that may happen towards the beginning of the month. Because we'll be doing stuff throughout the month. If you wait too long, you might miss out on something. So I'm just letting you know. I'm not telling you what they are. No, it's not candy, but they're related to things that you already like: pens, ink, paper, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
everybody gets 3 bookmarks. Actually, I need to order more. Shoot.
Oh my gosh, we do.
I haven't.
I hope they get here in time. Well, you guys will get extra stickers or something.
Yeah, we may not have bookmarks.
If we don't have bookmarks. No, but it's beyond that, because there's like a little bug flying around me. Sorry.
Yeah, I know, it's flying around me too.
It's a really big deal, so we're really excited. And there's surprises, so I'm not gonna say anything. And I'm not gonna hint away because it's just absolutely too big.
Rhea's got the old rectangle bookmarks, the big ones, the big 2x8 ones.
Oh yeah, you guys, bunch of people. We're so excited. Last week we announced our Zazzle store. Talking about sweat. You guys talking about coffee mugs and stickers and stuff. We've already had, a couple people buy stuff. We've had some coffee mugs sold. We've had some t-shirts, mouse pad. So that's pretty cool. If you guys haven't checked that out, we do get a small percentage. So you are still helping us. You're still benefiting us. And you're helping carry the brand. Yes, the bookmarks. We're going to change Ustream to Justin. That's why we haven't printed them up yet. We have to do that. But no, that's on the to-do list.
We had a ton of them before, and we had just switched to Justin after we printed them out. So I was like, well, I'm not going to...
you got the inkjet mouse pad. Okay. See, I don't know who actually orders these things. I just say, you have a sale, and it just tells you what was ordered.
Yeah.
So you got a travel mug. It's so cool.
That's
We're going to
awesome. We don't even have that stuff yet. We just have t-shirts.
All we have are the t-shirts we made for the show. But we're going to get... I
want to get the stainless travel mug.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get sweatshirts for all of the guys in the shop.
Yeah, we're going to get hoodies.
Yeah, the hoodies, and they're going to all wear them to work, and they're going to be like...
Maybe we'll get a onesie for a little girl.
We will.
Yeah.
Joseph already has a t-shirt.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's great. Funny. I'm in a dilemma. I was like, do I order stuff? Because I'm going to have to order stuff to fit my giant 3rd trimester belly. Or, well, you know what?
No, we determined what we're going to do is we're going to buy 2 of them my size.
I'm going to wear one of them now.
And then
next year I'll get my real size.
Yeah, there you go.
Assuming I lose the weight, which I'm going to. Totally going to. A pink splatter, yeah. So that's the other thing, too, is we talked about before. We started with just the... Zazzle is a website. We set up a shop where we basically have merchandise. Swag, as we call it. So we have t-shirts, coffee mugs, tote bags, aprons. He's like, apron? Why an apron? I was like, well, you're mixing inks and you spill it on yourself. I mean, obviously you can, cook and garden and stuff. But it's like, I could see... ink-related applications to why you might need an apron.
It's already got a splatter on it, so you don't have to worry about ruining it.
Yeah, so if you go on our site, go to our featured products, and click, there's a link to swag. So you can purchase Goulet Pen Company or Ink Drop merchandise. We're going to develop a whole bunch more related to just fountain pen loving, ink loving, things like that. We talked to Brian Gray. We're going to feature some Edison pens. We got permission to do that. That's part of why we were... any brand that we would do, we would have to get permission from, we're like, gosh, these are big, how are we going to talk to these people in Europe? They're not going to let us use our stuff. We're like, duh, Edison. So we talked to him, so we're going to be featuring some Edison pens and stuff and some new designs. So whenever we get around to doing new designs, and if you guys have ideas, like I said before, any slogans, anything you'd like to see, any certain products you'd like to see, just let us know. So back to Ink Drop. So we didn't announce the theme. We just said it was our anniversary. But the theme is... What's the official theme?
I don't know that we came up with the official name yet.
I
think it was anniversary...
Vacation?
Shoot, I can't remember what we came up with.
Anniversary travel?
Yeah, I think it was anniversary celebration or something like that. We'll come up with the official title.
It's twofold. It's anniversary, or 1 year anniversary, and travel. Yeah. Or destinations or something.
It's related to destinations in the names, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, all the ink has to do with travel, but it's also our anniversary, so we're kind of throwing stuff in there too. So.
And part of the reason we did that is because her parents just had their 30th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
And
we just had our 5th.
And they traveled, so we thought, oh yeah, anniversary travel, and so it was like our anniversary for Ink Drop just came up. We were like, oh, we'll do a travel thing. But now that we're thinking about it, it's we couldn't think of a really good title to tie the two together. So we'll figure something out.
Well, some of the colors too, I thought about it, they're destinations, but you wouldn't necessarily take a vacation there.
Well, it's kind of slim pickings on some of the names.
I know. Well, we didn't want them all to be Caribbean, because then they'd all be the same color. So it's a huge range of
we tried to get a diversity of colors, but also have a travel-related name.
And a diversity of brands.
The inks are good.
The inks are good. They all have a location in the name. And it also is our anniversary, so there's going to be anniversary-related things in there.
Inkiversary.
Inkiversary. There you go. Inkiversary around the world. There you go. Maybe that's what we'll call it. Inkiversary around the world.
Well, it could just be Inkiversary, and then in the description we could talk about traveling for the anniversary.
There you go.
It doesn't have to try to encompass everything into 2 words or whatever. I like Inkiversary. Maybe we'll go with that.
So the inks are related to locations. That's what we'll tell you. And there's also going to be a freebie, extra bonus goodie, and there's going to be surprises throughout the month. We also are going to work on a giveaway. We have we've been meaning to do another blog giveaway for a long time.
Well, we thought it would be good to do it with
We're waiting for the new Rhodia stuff. Oh, and that's great. You mentioned that earlier. For those of you who've gotten it, how do you like the new Rhodia stuff? The new premium pads, mostly that, the Unlimiteds, which, by the way, we just got more in. They're also lined, so they're still going to be lined for a little while. So, curious what you guys think about the Rhodia. And if you have any guesses for ink drop, too, you guys can submit your guesses. That's always fun. Yeah. Start a thread on FPN or something with your guesses. I always enjoy reading those.
Yeah, I think we'll end up doing, fairly soon, a new Rhodia product giveaway.
Yep, on the blog.
On our blog. I don't know exactly what we're going to give away yet or when we're going to do it. We'll do it sometime soon, though.
The new pads are sexy. They're wonderful. You're waiting for them to come. They're cool. The texture is so confusing to explain. The cover, yeah.
I know, right?
It's like a suede rubber. As you said in your video, you want to fondle it.
Yeah, I said I want to fondle the notebook cover.
Yeah, it's
fondle doesn't necessarily have a sexual connotation to it.
No. You asked me about that too.
I actually looked it up in definition after I shot the whole video, and I was like, man, did I really want to use the word fondling? And so I looked it up, and I was like, well, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, the cover's like rubbery. Yeah.
It kind of feels like rubber a little bit, yeah. It's very interesting.
The paper is just really smooth. It is nice. You just want to, just touch it. Oh, la la.
Yeah, it's very Clairefontaine-like. Yeah, it's very, very similar to Clairefontaine. Well, it is Clairefontaine paper. It's made by Clairefontaine.
It's ivory 90-gram Clairefontaine paper.
Yeah, same stuff that's in the web notebooks. Yeah. So. I hope they come up with a dotted rule.
I hope so,
I would love to see them come up with a dot pad.
Well, here's the thing. These were announced last December. Before the dot pads had been out, but the dot webbies hadn't come out yet, and it was really before dot really took off because the dots had only been around for maybe 6 months at that point. Because by the time they announce a product is coming, they've already developed it, so they must have developed these before the dot pads even came out into production. And I don't think they had any clue how popular the dot would be. So they came out with the dot webby. We know in 2012 they're coming out with more dot things. The number 18 pad. Some top wire bound. I feel like there was something else. But I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't know if it'll be 2012. I think a lot of it depends on how well the sales of this do and the demand for dot stuff. Rhodia Drive is a great place to give your feedback because they really listen to that and develop stuff. You want to cover your bed with the new Rhodia paper and sleep on it.
That's awesome. With that rubbery cover as your sheets. That'd be awesome. No, not so much.
No. It'd be very
it is very smooth paper. I love it. It was one of those things where
fondling paper is illegal in 32 states and territories. It was 31, but Guam just jumped on board with us. You guys.
No, seriously though, we've been waiting for this paper to come in for 9 months, and it was the kind of thing I was really anticipating it highly. And it was the kind of thing I was like, you know what? It's been so long, it's either going to come in and be a huge disappointment, or it's just going to come in and be awesome and fulfill everyone's hopes and dreams and fantasies. And I think it's more towards the hopes and dreams scenario than it is a letdown.
Is Rhodia better than white lines? I've heard pretty good things about white lines. I've also heard that it can be inconsistent.
The consistency is tough to beat with Rhodia and Clairefontaine.
We haven't done extensive tests on white lines, so I don't feel like I'm the voice of authority. I know that Rhodia's good. Rhodia's good. It's consistent. It's high quality. I've heard very few complaints ever with it.
The consistency of Rhodia and Clairefontaine is amazing because they do everything in one factory in France. It's not outsourced. They get all of their trees from the same source, the same mill. Everything is the same machines. It's very, very consistent, which is really important with fountain pen ink.
Absolutely.
That's why we are such fans of them. And have been ever since the beginning when we started with fountain pens.
We have a couple other topics I want to hit since we're already past time here.
But look at reviews for white lines. We're not white lines experts at all. Down with Moleskine.
Your professor stated his Moleskine notebooks are better than your Webbies. You're seriously considering dropping his class.
Oh my gosh. Please don't get us started.
Oh man, we have, if you go back, way back on Ink Nouveau, we have some comparison videos. Now granted the Webbies changed and the Habanas changed a little since then.
Well, not that much.
But go look at the triple torture test video and yeah.
Maybe I should do a new one.
Yeah, you should. You should. We still have one.
Yeah.
Do they sell loose leaf paper or is it on pads notebooks? Are you talking about Rhodia?
Rhodia. No,
there is no loose leaf paper right now. Clairefontaine does make some, but it's all special order from France and it's very high quantities. And right now with the $1 to euro, it's very, very expensive. So, yeah, get one of those golden gun pens. Oh, you guys.
One of the ones here? Yeah, the golden gun. Oh, that's good. I like that.
Real quick, I want to just cover some other things before we're already past time here.
Yep.
The Goulet outlay clearance deals. What's up with that?
Ooh wee. What up with that? What up with that? No, seriously though. Basically, there's not that much magic to it.
We basically needed to free up room for great things like Twisby and all these new Rhodia things. And, gosh, there's like a whole bunch of stuff that we have coming in. I have, all the new Quaker stuff. And, the busier we get, we have more noodlers we need to keep on hand and things like that. So we just looked and said, you know what, these haven't been selling quite as well as we had hoped. It doesn't mean there isn't a demand for it. It's just we just don't have room and we needed some money to buy other new things.
Yeah,
so,
there's
no quality issues. There's no. It's just we looked at our numbers and we just let our numbers make the decision. It doesn't mean we won't carry it in the future. It doesn't mean we can't special order it. It just means that it's not something that we're regularly carrying anymore. So.
Well, and really, it was kind of the thing we just looked at the numbers and looked at the brands as a whole and said, okay, is this anything that anybody's been buzzing about? Why isn't it selling? Part of it is we brought in so much new stuff at once. Some stuff got overshadowed and didn't get proper exposure.
All the calligraphy stuff we brought in. You guys are asking about, but you know what? There's so much to it, and honestly, we're just not experts. And I feel like we haven't been able to learn it or to help educate. And part of that's our fault for timing because it quickly got overshadowed by new things. But we don't really necessarily have a calligraphy crowd. We have a fountain pen writing, just regular, whatever crowd. So that's part of it. The online pens are in there. A lot of cartridges are in there. Again, we're set up for all these brands so we can special order them. But just want to let you guys know. So
we're just trying to clear space. We're streamlining. We got so much stuff on our website. I'm sure you've seen it.
We are so cramped,
so much,
physically cramped in our space that we had to do something. So if you have your eye on something, grab it. Because once it's gone, it's gone. We could look into special ordering, but if there are minimum quantities and things like that, and you're certainly not going to get it at the prices we have now. It'll be full price if we have to special order. So
yeah.
If you guys are interested, check it out. Check out the clearance section. There may be more coming in the next couple
if you're
weeks.
interested in online pens or any of the calligraphy stuff, get it now because it will never be cheaper. Well, unless
storing boxes under our bed.
It doesn't sell for a long time.
Don't get us started on our house. Our house. This is our bedroom.
Yeah.
This is our office. Right here's our photo booth.
Our bedroom is a 10 by 11
desk.
room.
The photo booth is on my dresser.
Yep.
I don't even have. Well, you don't have a dresser. We're using bookcases to store.
I use bookcases to store my underwear. Literally.
Yeah. So
our life is kind of ridiculous. We eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. Not even joking.
No, but we're seriously looking at moving. It'll take a year or two to save up the cash we need to move to get a bigger house, and the way the market is, and when we bought this house, and all that sort of stuff.
We're getting such generous offers to store them in other people's houses. We're
gonna quadruple the size of our garage when we move.
Oh my gosh, we have just over a 500 square foot shop. And we store all this stuff with 4 guys working in there.
Him plus 3 guys.
Yeah, it's tight. It's tight in there.
Really tight. So yeah, long term we're gonna move, but so basically the bottom line is we just needed to free up some of the money that was just sitting on the shelves that wasn't moving, and we just needed the storage. It's not about the underwear. His underwear takes up like 1 bookcase shelf. It's not a big deal.
I'm not giving up my underwear to store pens. That's when it's gone too far.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna open the pantry. Like we have no food.
We'll get another shed at that point if we have to.
Oh yeah, we're in a county where you can just throw up. People have more sheds than they do.
Than they do bedrooms.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not uncommon around where we live because it's in a very rural area. It's for people to have 3, 4, or 5 sheds.
Oh, there's a certain square footage where you don't need a permit.
150.
So, yep. So people get like these 10 by 14s and they just keep adding to it.
Yup.
Pan the camera around? No, that's all right. This is our bedroom. We don't need to go there. Yeah, stop talking about Brian's underwear. This is getting weird. Final topic, Ink Nouveau podcasting. Basically,
oh yeah, podcasting.
We've been talking about podcasting for a long time. I finally figured out how to do it.
Yes.
It took me a really long time.
It was surprisingly hard.
Like,
I was so frustrated because every time I've looked it up...
stupid, because you're like, all the videos are on YouTube. Why can't we just get them from YouTube into iTunes? Well, you're talking about file conversions and all this sort of stuff, and RSS feeds, and it's not the right format and all this stuff. Eventually I figured it out. So we did set one up, and iTunes approved it. Yay! So
now there's an Ink Nouveau podcast now
on iTunes. It's going to take a couple days to appear in the search listings. Basically, all we're going to do is take the videos that are already on YouTube and Ink Nouveau, and we're going to put them in our podcast. So anytime we do a new blog post...
yes, so you can take it with you. That's exactly the point.
Anytime we do a new thing, a podcast is basically the videos or the audio of a blog.
It's just a file that you can download into your iPod or your mobile device of some kind.
Your iPad, your iPhone, your iPod...
or your computer. You can
your
download it
whatever device.
So that you can take it with you and listen to it on the go. And watch it on the go if you have a video device.
Yeah, you can subscribe so anytime there's a new video. It's basically, keeping up with current modern technology.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to do it for a while.
It's not too much extra work. All we have to do is upload the video in 2 places now. So we'll be uploading it to YouTube and embedding it as part of Ink Nouveau, the blog that you know. And then we'll have a separate feed that'll go directly to iTunes. So,
your iPad will be so full. You'll have to get the 64 gig version.
So what I'm in the process of doing now is taking everything we have on Ink Nouveau and putting in the podcast so that there's at least our whole history. I'm not going to do everything. If there's any video that's was specific to that time and is not really something that's referenceable,
we're struggling now because we have some of the original videos that I did, comparisons between the web notebooks and the Habanas. Well, both the web notebooks and the Habanas have changed now.
Or you did a video on hey, I'm putting together a special Clairefontaine French order.
Or, hey, I'm prototyping writing boxes. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to put that one on there.
Yeah, so I'm in the process of going through. But once we get caught up, you'll have the whole archive of Ink Nouveau videos, minus whatever isn't relevant anymore. Because why would we put out outdated information? Yeah, vintage videos. Here's a tour of our workshop.
In the description, ignore all the information in this video because it's completely irrelevant now.
No, but there's some useful stuff. I mean, you go way back and you have a video on the glass pens, which we brought back, and how to do wax seals and stuff. So they're all going to be videos. We're going to try to get the right time into podcasting.
We're going to try recording right time and putting them on podcasts.
Tonight we're actually recording.
We're trying screen capturing tonight
with the chat. So you guys watch what you say because you're going to be part of the iTunes podcast now.
That's right. So watch your language.
Well, it censors it, but still. You guys, yeah, anyway. It's make sure I ban people quickly. start
that hasn't been a problem really with Justin. That was a big problem with you.
I had one today.
Did you?
My first one.
Oh.
Well, I was starting to ban them on your computer. I was like, oh no, I should do it.
With Ustream, it was every week we get 1 or 2. Remember that? Oh, well.
Yeah, you guys talking about, the topless pens and Brian's underwear and all this stuff.
Okay, well...
Well, that's why you have, your own little screen name. No one knows who you are in real life, and you get to be anonymous online or whatever. Yeah, I mean, the old videos, most of them are still extremely relevant and helpful. It's just there's a couple...
like the earbulb syringe flushing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's just a couple videos, especially the Webby or the Habana that have changed. The Habana used to have 90-gram white paper, and now it's 85-gram ivory, so you can't really... I mean, there's certain things that are the same, but, I probably won't be including those. So look for those on iTunes in the next couple days or so. We'll probably post a direct link once it is in the search listings. But just look for Ink Nouveau, and you should be able to find us. That is all the topics we had. Go ahead and open it up for any other questions that you guys have. I know we're a little past time. It's not too bad, though. So if you guys...
Now I use my pens to flush my ears. That's funny. Oh, man. I actually just bought a couple of... technically...
we're going to get some in the hospital in a couple months.
Well, I needed some now, though.
We're going to be like, our kid has a lot of boogers.
No, the ones I got... No.
Like, why are you walking away? You're so
The blue one, the big blue one, is called an earbulb syringe.
Yeah.
But I got a smaller...
Oh, my tummy looks cute. Thank you.
I got a smaller white one that's
Twisby.
a boogie sucker.
Okay. Twisby Ink Pot. It's in development. When it's available, we'll try to carry it.
That's
all
all
I know.
know.
I don't know the price. I don't know when. I know it's probably at least a month away. It's still being developed.
I think it's more than a month away.
At least a month away.
Yeah.
So when it's available, we'll look into that. Anything Twisby comes out with from here on out, we are looking at carrying. So there you go.
Yep.
Other questions?
Anything else? We'll probably wrap this up here pretty soon. Hopefully the screen capture worked. I don't know.
We'll find out.
We literally threw it on there like 5 minutes before the broadcast, so we'll have to see.
The VAC 700, there's nothing
in development.
Nothing is ready now except for the 540 clear, and I just cracked my finger, and the nib units. The 540 in smoke is about a month away, and that is all they've announced at this point.
Everything else is in development.
So check out, watch Twisby's website, their Facebook page. When it's announced, when it's ready, we will do our best to carry it. But, we don't have any exclusive sneak things. If we did, we'd let you know.
Sneak things?
Yeah, no sneak things.
No exclusive sneak things around here.
Nope. We are working to develop our own Noodler's ink. We are...
we're in the process.
We're in the process. So, we've talked about this before, but, seriously, Nathan might have the time to be able to do this for us now. So we need help coming up with some color ideas. We gave him some suggestions. Do you want to talk about this? Like the Parker Penman Sapphire or any of the stuff that we talked about?
I mean, we can talk about ink color ideas.
We talked
not
about
theme ideas.
a Bay State Red and a Bay State Green. And Nathan has tried this before. He's really having a difficult time replicating the brilliance of the blue. Not something he's opposed to, but,
Well, it's sort of like with Bay State Cape Cod Cranberry and Concord Grape.
They don't have
They're nice,
same...
but they're not the same as Bay State Blue.
Yeah, so...
And if you can't develop it as vibrant as Bay State Blue, then it's really just going to be another bright red.
I had an idea for a purple eel, because I don't have a purple eel, and I love the eel line, because I like my pens to write a little wet. I have a couple pens that are dry and troublesome, so having an eel, I love. So I'll ask him about that. Doing things with shimmers, those are things we can ask about.
Dizzy. Purple!
I know, right?
I was waiting for you, Dizzy.
And there's a couple questions. I want to make sure I get back to those, but while we're on the topic. It's definitely some purples. We could look into those. I'm thinking the simpler we make it for Nathan, the quicker we're going to get it. And we have some ideas, too, about, the label and the theme and stuff like that. Given where we are in Virginia, and the history around where we live and stuff, I think he could have a lot to work off of.
Yeah, we got some ideas for themes. Knowing Nathan, he loves to come up with those themes. It'll be something.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be something interesting.
We'll make sure he's not too political, that it's more historic as opposed to...
It's hard.
No, we'll make sure it's more historic as opposed to current, politics. Not going to have, Bernanke on the bottle or anything for ours. But going more off of, Virginia history. Eel inks are great for antisocial pens. Yeah, I have, a Plaisir that's, dry writing, and I always have the eel in it. And, Cactus Fruit Eel is one of my favorites.
Oh, it's just a great color.
Blue eel's great.
Earthquake State Blue.
Purple with awesome shading, the purple Virginia Quake. Yeah, not current event Virginia, but historic, colonial George Washington, Patrick Henry type Virginia history.
Come up with an earthquake-proof ink.
Yeah.
Of course, we'd only be able to test it every 100 years around here.
Yeah, so show choir catfish. Oh, gosh.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man, throwback to a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, so,
here.
Again, colors, email
You gotta shake the bottle before you fill. Oh, that's awesome.
Purple Mountains Majesty. There you go.
What
general shade sells best? I mean, the Noodler's blacks, are probably the most popular because they're
blacks
so...
and the blues.
Blacks and blues, I'd say probably. Kind of random. Will we ever carry Waterman pens? We can special order any of those at any time.
We've had very little interest in them.
I looked at some, and they, they're more expensive, so we haven't, and no one's really asked us. It'd be very speculative for us. But happy to special order. Send us an email. I want to get back to some questions you guys were asking about the Edison Nouveau. Wait, there were a couple questions.
Yeah, Dizzy, we know you like the new Lizzie.
Okay, there's a couple things. Any updates on the next Edison Nouveau? Any hints about the next Edison Nouveau? Are we going to upload more videos from the DC show? And what color blue do we use for our logo? The blue for our logo, the ink splatter, that was Diamine Presidential Blue, but it has been highly photoshopped. So it's not a color accurate swab.
We weren't going for color accuracy.
But the physical ink we used was Diamine Presidential Blue, but it's been highly doctored. So just keep that in mind. The next Edison Nouveau is in progress. It's about 2 months out. We've talked about before. It's basically going to be, we have a design idea. Brian Gray hasn't had time to prototype it yet. He just came out with a collier, and he's been busy with some other things.
He's been understandably busy.
Absolutely. So it's going to be slightly smaller than the Premier. It won't be as tapered. It'll be a little more squared or rounded off. And we're working on a cool new feature for it. And that's all I'm going to say. We don't have colors or anything picked out yet. It's about 2 months out. Now, we did mention last week we're going to come out with a 4th color of the Premier. That is probably 3 or 4 weeks out, I'd say. We're just deciding on materials right now. So that'll be... and Dizzy, I'm leaning towards a purple. So that should make you happy. Actually, I gave Brian 4 suggestions. They're all different shades of purple. That's kind of where my head is at with the Premier. I chose well with the cappuccino.
Well, we had a purple one picked out, but not enough of the material was available.
So some of the other ones I was looking at were purple.
Yeah, we had a great one picked out, but it wasn't available.
I like some of these other ones. And we have to also keep in mind what material we want for the next Edison Nouveau, because we don't want to use something that we'd rather have for that.
Yeah.
The Mina Nouveau and Tortoise, we haven't even talked to Brian Gray about that, so there's no date for that. It doesn't even exist yet. We haven't even decided yet. And we don't have polls on Justin, sorry. You guys are outside for polls. We don't have a poll. And then the last question, gosh, there's another question. Are we going to upload more videos from the DC show? We had one.
Oh, yeah, I am. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we had a video. We've
slammed.
been really busy. We've had a lot of new stuff coming in. Brian's had to take pictures. He took a whole bunch of pictures of the new Schaeffers. I haven't even finished loading them to the web yet. Yeah, we've just been really busy.
Yeah, we'll get them up.
So
it's not going anywhere. Show's over. I figure we got time.
Yeah.
Trying to get everybody's orders out and get things going on the website before we deal with, fun stuff like the blog.
So we'll let you guys know when the new Edisons, when we have something to report. But a new Premier color is a couple weeks away, 3 or 4 weeks, I'd say, probably. Depending on when the materials come in, could be longer. And the next Edison Nouveau model is probably about 2 months out. And we may do an LE for Christmas. We haven't really talked about it yet. We'll see. We'll let you know. We'll let you know. It's still August, so we still have time at this point. So that's pretty much it for the questions. Did I miss anything? I know the video is really delayed, so I'll give you guys some time here to catch up in the chat.
Yeah.
Purple people eater peeler.
Oh gosh.
You guys in your peeler clip and the squid clip, the veggie scraper clip. No, we haven't decided any of those details yet.
What a legendary broadcast that was.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun.
We're still talking about it.
That was so fun. That, there's several, legendary broadcasts. The Christmas mouse.
Oh gosh.
That's pretty epic. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Alright, well if you guys don't have any other questions, it's 10:30, so we're going on an hour and a half here. You can always email us.
I got a bunch of Schaeffer 100 pictures to load up.
Yeah.
And preludes.
Yeah, definitely. You can always email us at rachel@gouletpens.com or brian@gouletpens.com. Yawning is contagious. Sorry, it's late.
We're done.
It's a long day here.
As soon as we start slowing down. a list of those episodes for those of us who are new. If you scroll down on this
go to
page,
go to the Right Time Broadcast
if you're on the if you're on the Right Time Broadcast page, you scroll down. There's a lot of episodes. 12/14/10. It says the famous mouse episode.
Yep, that one's there.
We used to film in the garage, and it was winter. There was snow outside, and that little mouse was in the shop, and that totally freaked me out. I was up on the chair, and Brian was chasing it around the shop trying to catch it. The one with the clips.
That was a Brian Gray one.
1/11/11. Preview the Brian G. Pen prototype. That was the Edison
Squid clip and the vegetable peeler. Yeah.
Yep. So those are actually right around the same time. So 12/14 and 1/11. If you guys have any other, legendary or favorite broadcasts, feel free to share those. But those two stick out in my mind.
Yeah. And welcome if you are new, Alpha Cluster. Appreciate it.
And Dizzy, I got your email. We're gonna respond to that tonight. Don't worry about that.
Cool. Well, thanks everybody. We appreciate you staying with us for the whole time here. That's awesome. We're going to be working hard over the next week, and we'll have another broadcast as well Wednesday next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm sure we'll have a whole bunch of new stuff to talk about still. I'm going to try to get some reviews up of some of the new pens and stuff that have come in, especially like the Schaeffers 100. I'm really loving it.
Bring back the sarcasm gum.
Oh gosh, yeah. Lots of fun stuff will be involved in. We're going to try to, now that we've gotten in, well, we're still going to be getting in new stuff, but we've gotten in a bunch of new stuff, and I want to.
A lot of stuff's coming. Still.
I want to review the new stuff that's come in, so I'll be doing my best to get around to doing that. So that's about it for tonight. So thanks everybody for your time. We really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.